this is just a quick video. Welcome back to Spider's Web, by the way. Sorry about that. This is just a quick video. I've painted the shoulder pads and the spine protrusions on the back of the necks black. So now what I'm going to do is go over with the usual colours of green, so we're doing the usual Caliban green, so that's just the base colour for all the bony areas. So that part. The wash is still a little bit wet in parts, but where we're actually painting it doesn't affect anything because it's going to be dark colours anyway, so I'm not really fussed about that. So we have some spine, the actual camera is in my shadow and I can't see what I'm doing. So we have some spinal growths there, and then the shoulders of this one. So we're covering up all the black as we usually do with the green. And that's that done. I don't really think we need any more paint on these. Actually looking quite nasty as it is. But I think the only ones we really need to sort out are the shoulder pads, which we are doing now, so that's just but it's not quite dried yet. I have been asked, I've not got my computer at the moment, and it was last night when I read the message. I have been asked by one of my subscribers. I apologise for not remembering your name, but your name will be at the bottom of the screen, about, well, somewhere, I'll say the bottom of the screen. Usually I put it in so that it takes up the screen, so your name will appear on the screen now. Again, I apologise for forgetting your name, but I have been asked about showing off the terrain pieces that I've made up. Yes, we're going to be doing that. Once I've got all my terrain pieces sorted and painted up, I'm going to set the board up and let you have a proper look. I'm not sure as to whether or not it's going to be before or after I paint all the enforcer sets, but we'll definitely do it. It's not a problem about that, it's definitely going to be done. It's a waste of time having a game like this and not showing every little thing that I've done. I mean, I know I've only shown one building, but for painting anyway. But it's the same technique that you're using for the building, or that I'm using for my building, for each one. So to save repetition on videos, oops. To save this, yes, to save the repetition on these videos for seeing the same things over and over again, just with different colours. There's enough repetition with doing these models. Plus, you know, the terrain pieces, they're a bit big, and it's difficult trying to get all of them on camera shots, so that's why they're the reasons I haven't done painting videos on the terrain. Other than that first one, rather. Okay, so we're now carrying on with the yellow dry brushy bit. So this part is just on the upper levels that we need this. There we are, that's all we need for that. It's just a little touch. There we go. You can, if you want, run the null oil down it, but from what's there, there's not really much point. You might as well just leave that. Let me just have a proper look at these. Yeah, I think we will. Ah, what the heck. If we're going to do a job, do it proper. Right, so I'm just going to get a little bit of red, a little bit of white. Sorry, a little bit of red, a lot of white, and make up a nice pinky colour as a highlight for these dogs. If you're going to do it, you might as well do it. Yeah. Oops. And a little bit more white, and that should be it. And we aren't going to be going OTT with it, it's just a little bit here and there, just to, as I say, brighten it up a little. There we go. As you can see, I'm not going overboard, it's just the hint. Oops, it's just a hint of light catching. The model, that's what we're looking for. There we go. As always with these, you can go as far as, well, as you can do as much or as little as you want. Oops, that's why I had these on a paint tub earlier when I was, or my previous video rather, when I was painting them. Grip's not good and I've got a tendency of dropping things at the moment. There we go, so that's one done. And now the other. Oops, I'm not. The mould on this one isn't incredibly fantastic, unfortunately. quite a dynamic pose but a very poor mould. Oh, and I've not cleaned off flashing from this one either, forgot about that. Oh, damn it, never mind. Too late to bother about it now. And there we are. The next thing that we need to do is teeth, and for the teeth I usually like to use something like a Ballard Brown or a Steel Legion drab or Talon sand, something like that. So we'll do the teeth now. I can't really see the claws on that. And yes, I know on the previous one I said I prefer to do it. I prefer to do the claws after I've done the sand. I forgot about that. I was trying to get things done and getting a bit carried away with myself. Okay, so there's. So if they're any bigger, I would highlight with a Screaming Skull. I know one of them I'll be able to do that. I don't think I'll be able to do it with both to make it look as effective, but I'm going to let it roll for a second. Want a very small amount of this on the thing, and it's just a it's a bad mould, so nothing really I can do about it, to be honest. There we are. And again, while I'm here, I might as well show you how I do the base. And I said at the last one, it's exactly the same procedure. You get your dark earth tub and you just pop it on, but as I said, in this one you need to put on a lot more because it's going to sink into that area there. You can always put more on if you find that you haven't put enough on, but the idea is to try and make it smooth. You don't want to see that that gap there where one base has gone on into the other. Unfortunately it will happen, you will see it when it's dried up because it shrinks slightly, so you will be putting more on, but that's not a problem. You're better off building up the layers rather than just trying to get it all done in one fell swoop. But as long as you can try and get the stuff pushed down into it now, you may not have to put as much on later. So as you can see, I'm putting it on now, and now I'm scraping off. Try and push it down into the gap, and now applying a little bit more on top. There we have it. Okay, when we come back we'll have a look at how these look. As I said, the chances are we will need to put another layer of this on, but especially with this one, because it's not gone on straight, the base was bent and I couldn't get it straight no matter what I tried, so there's going to be a lip. I'm going to try and disguise it as much as I can with this. So my efforts now mainly are to put this dark earth texture on around the base, so that when I come back to do it again I've got my brain has switched off again. I'm having problems these last few days with this. Trying my best, it's not easy. Right, yes. So what I'm trying to do is build up around the edges to try and disguise that lip here. And then once that's disguised I can put a thin layer over the top. The problem is with this model, trying to get into places, with the brush. I've just got a load of it on my dog's leg, so I'm going to have to clean my brush off and try and scrape it off. It doesn't make any difference, because what it'll look like when it's dried is that the fact that it will look like the dog has actually been running through mud or something. So it will only aid, especially if you put it on, put a little bit on all four legs. It will make it look as though it has actually been running through mud. But the idea is you want to try and keep it off the legs, off the model itself. And use paint techniques to apply mud textures and mud colouring and stuff like that, but sometimes you can't help it, so the best thing to do is just go along with it and hope for the best. So that's, the dog's done. Just now a case of waiting for the bases to dry, then we can get on to painting them and making them fit in with all the others. So as I said, this was just supposed to be a mini video. I don't know more than I was expecting to do, but as I said, these are to be done, the bases need to be done on them, and in the next video we're doing this fella. So until then, once again, take care, God bless, and bye for now.